Hi everyone. Most people use mobile phones with a big network, but not me. And I pay a lot less than the standard, like $600 a year less. So today I'll tell you how to do it too, and also show you how easy it is to choose a network that suits you, and I'll give you the steps to change to it. Hi, my name is Mr Oji and welcome back to my channel. I'm a school teacher in Melbourne and I've made this channel to give you advice I've picked up along the way that I don't get to teach students in my classes because there's no space in the curriculum. Today, because all my students already have phones and may be in charge of their own bills, I want to show them, and you, how you can save money on the plan. If you haven't seen my first video on how to save money on the handset, you can find it here. Alright, let's look at the secret to saving on plans. So the secret to saving money on phone plans is something called the MVNO, the Mobile Virtual Network Operator. These are the operators that don't own their own infrastructure, but instead make contracts with the network carriers, like Telstra, Optus and Vodafone in Australia. And there are a lot of them. They buy in bulk from the carrier and then provide the service to you. So you can get the great benefits of the big companies without paying for it. As for me, when I moved back to Australia in 2011 after living in Japan for 5 years, I started by getting a new plan and number with Virgin Mobile. And then I took that number and I moved to Live Connected, Via, Kogan Mobile, and now Woolworths Mobile. And I find it really easy to switch to each network, and it's worth it for the savings. The only caveat is that you don't always get quite the same network features, like access to the new 5G networks or data sharing. But comparing this to the likes of Telstra, the most popular mobile network, it's not all that different in service, but it is a big difference in price. After all, on Telstra, at least in December 2021, if you want to use a 5G network on a SIM-only plan, you can't actually even choose the cheapest plan, which is $55 a month. So you need to choose the $65 per month plan. And that costs a lot of money compared to what I'm used to paying. If you're wondering about coverage, well, it's slightly different if you're using a Telstra MVNO. Optus and Vodafone have exactly the same coverage for theirs though. But if you check out the coverage maps to see where you often go to, and you can search for them. Personally, when I'm out camping, I don't really feel like I need mobile signal, so any of them are fine for me. Lastly, I mentioned about features like data sharing and rollover. They may make a bit of a difference, but generally nothing beats just choosing the cheapest plan for you and sticking to it. You'll save heaps, and quite a few MVNOs have the same features anyway. Alright, so now you're keen on an MVNO? Let's choose a good one for you and your specific needs. The first thing you need to do is see how much data you need. These phone plans all have unlimited calls and texts, so the only real differentiator is how much data they have. Remember when mobile services were so expensive? In 2000, an SMS was 25 cents to send, and an MMS with a picture was 75 cents, and a 10-minute call was $2. Now all of that is unlimited. Now, to see how much data you already use, the best way is to use the website or app for your mobile carrier, or you can open settings on your phone to see what is in there. I'll just show you what I use. I'm currently with Woolworths Mobile, so my app looks like this. And it seems that although I have 100 gigabytes a year, or 8 gigabytes a month, I've been using actually less than half of that overall. Or if I'm in my Android settings app, I can go to Network and Internet, SIMs, and then see it there. You can see that I've used 3.8 gig or so from the 5th of December, so that's about half a month for when I took this screenshot. I know that I've been using more than I usually do due to a new phone and not configuring things properly, which I've now fixed. So I can actually say that 8 gigabytes is a safe amount for me. It's always good to have a little bit of a leeway, of course. And here's a side note. Here you can also see app data usage, and if I click it, I can see that recently I've been listening to Pocket Casts and using some Microsoft thing. I probably did a Teams call while on mobile data, and Spotify. You can do the same thing yourself to see what apps you use most and what you can cut down on. If you have an iPhone instead, you can go to Settings, Cellular or Settings, Mobile Data, and then you'll find the same thing. But again, the app for your carrier is probably more accurate. So back to my example, I know I want to have 8 gigabytes a month. Let's find the best plan for me. And the best site for this is called WhistleOut. The link is in the description, of course. I'll open the site, choose 8 gigabytes, and I don't care which network. We can see the first few options here are ads with the yellow box here, so let's skip them and go down and see the real options. The first is something called Southern Phone, which uses Optus 4G. Great. 20 gigabytes of data and $10 a month is amazing, but when we read the fine print, we see it's just for the first 6 months and then it becomes $25 a month. Now, $25 a month is much cheaper than Telstra. His cheapest plan is $55 a month. Admittedly, that has 40 gigabytes, but we don't need that much. So let's keep going though, because there may be something even better that stays that same price after 6 months. A MaySim have $10, but that's per week, not month. iiNet have $10 per month, but again, that's just for 6 months, then $20 a month. All these others are the same. Okay, here's a good deal. Lebara is $14.90 per month, and that doesn't increase. It's got 8 gigabytes, but only 3 gigabytes normally. And then if you open that up and read the terms, this 5 gigabytes bonus is only for a month. I don't like that either. Here, finally the one I would probably choose. Gomo is $15 per month, has 8 gigabytes of data, uses Optus 4G, and seems to have no problems. I'd probably choose this after Googling Gomo mobile review. That is, I'd probably choose it if I didn't also check out Gizmodo before I finished making my decision. So Gizmodo is a technology website, and the site that I mentioned earlier, WhistleOut, they also post sponsored articles in Gizmodo every couple of months about the best plans. And the newest article actually dropped on the 23rd of December 2021. It's got some cracking deals. At the moment, until 5th of January, Kogan Mobile has a plan which is 200 gigabytes a year for just $130. Now that works out at under $11 per month, and you get more than 16 gigabytes a month. That's an awesome deal. They use the Vodafone network, and I had that a couple of years ago with Kogan Mobile, and I recommend it. Actually, Woolworths Mobile also give me 10% off a supermarket shop each month, so I think that option is actually cheaper for me personally at the moment. Or if you need new data, there are some great plans there for 40 gigabytes of data for around $25 per month, or even 80 gigabytes of data for $35 a month. Whenever you look at this, just search Gizmodo for the SIM only tag, or I've got the link for the tag in the description. Alright, now we've chosen whatever provider we want. It's so simple to change over, and it has actually been since mobile number portability was introduced to Australia around 20 years ago. That means you can keep your mobile number and your old provider can't hassle you to stay with them. That's right, you don't need to contact your old provider, and they will just contact you with any final messages and bills if there's an outstanding balance. Just check if you still have a contract with them. If you have no contract, then cool, we just sign up for the new one online. It'll take about a week or so to send out the new SIM card. If your phone is made from around 2015 or onwards, for example the iPhone 5 onwards, it will use a nano SIM card, which is a standard small size one, so choose that. Once it arrives, put your new nano SIM card into your phone, activate it online or on a call, and it will start working in about an hour or so, and calls and SMS will be received through the new SIM card. Easy. Or there is a relatively new development which will make things easier. eSIM. It means embedded SIM, and is basically a SIM that you can download and store in your phone without needing the physical card anymore. It also means that you could have two services, one with a card and one eSIM, on many phones without needing a dual SIM slot. It's great for traveling to other countries or having work and personal mobile services on the same phone. So if I was previously on Telstra's cheapest SIM-only plan, I'd be paying $55 per month or $660 per year just for the plan without the phone. But instead, I'm actually paying just $150 per year with the Woolworths deal and getting money off my supermarket shopping as well. So it's about a fifth of the price, and I'm saving on my phone too. If you've watched the two videos that I've got on mobiles now, and the other one is now here, you know how to save on both the handset and the plan. In fact, if you see this table here, you can see that for someone who only needs 8 gigabytes a month, like me, I end up paying $900 instead of $2,119, therefore saving $1,219 in 2 years. That has got to be some good savings. Thanks for watching. My next few videos will be talking about other important things about managing your money, so smash the subscribe button so the YouTube algorithm gods like me and you don't miss out. I also like that like button and the comment button and the Patreon link, so try them all too. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.